What's up, y'all? What's going on, everybody? It's your girl, Crystal Milkshake, and welcome to Spice Vibes Series. And we are at it again, the normal day, Thursday at 8 p.m. I'm super excited. Listen, when you guys hear that song from Vaughn, right? And shout outs to Vaughn wherever he is. He is the owner of that song. He's the person who made that song. He's the person that created that song. And from since I heard that song way back in 2000 and what was it? It was like a year, like 2 years ago, right? Yeah, it was like 2023, if I'm not mistaken, because last year was Heart of Carnival. But anyway, that song does something to me. Like, something about just hearing the drums, the rhythm, the guitar, just hearing him sing and his voice just have that sweet melody. And just say, Welcome to Spice Ma. And it just gets you so excited and so hyped. For Grenada Carnival. I'm super excited. I can't wait to be there. I can't wait to just feel my feet, my hands, the smell of the Grenadian soil. Oh my God, I can't wait. So the time I'm enjoying myself. I mean, just listening to the music, I feel like I'm already there. I feel like I'm there already. I feel like I'm already winding up a waist and I feel like I did a job and you know what I mean? But anyway, just getting you guys into my head, Grenada music, it just does something to my soul. Well, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, welcome again. I'm your host, Crystal Milkshake. Go ahead and share. Listen, wherever you are, share the link, share the live. Listen, y'all. Great news. We are all over platforms. Okay, we're coming to TikTok pretty soon, though. All right, give us some time. But we're coming to TikTok right now. We're on Twitch. We're on YouTube. Right. We're also on Instagram, which is my personal Instagram underscore Crystal Milkshake. And also media page. Big up to See Much Media. The company, the bosses, everybody behind the scenes. See Much Media, we are live there. We are live on Facebook, and we are also live on here, right? But I'm super excited to have the guest that's coming on today. This is a young man coming from Grenada. He lives here in the States, but super duper talented. I'm telling you, when this man get on his instrument, boy, it sounds sweet. And it's so crazy because I've been following him for so long. He doesn't know that, bro. I've been following him for a while. And I think a while for me would be like 3 years. I could be wrong, but I do remember I've been following him for about some time now because I remember the first time I saw him and I was like, I said, ain't he Grenadian too? Oh shoot. I was like, oh, I want to reach out to him. I'm just saying. Yes. So guys, I'm super excited to have him on tonight. We're gonna talk about Grenada, of course. We're gonna talk about Spice Nuts. We're gonna talk about culture. But most of all, we're gonna talk about his success. We're gonna talk about his, just talking and having conversation. Because this is not just an interview, but it's a conversation, right? And no, I didn't dig up my nose. I just dig the side of my nose. But anyway, but ladies and gents, it's 8:06 on the hour. Be ready for an awesome interview. Again, share the live, share the live, share the live, share the live. Make sure you guys are sharing to your friends, family, everybody, So this is going to be a great one. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you my guest tonight, Mystique Sachs. Are you there, sir? Because I know you're there.
Yeah, I'm
We
right here. I'm right
go.
here.
Hola.
Good night, good night, good night, good night, good night. So thank you for having me on the
Well,
show
good
here. Thank you.
night. Of course.
Are
So,
you hearing me
Mystique
good?
Sachs, you,
Are
I'm
you are
hearing
you
you
hearing me
loud
good?
and clear,
Okay,
sir.
good.
Like, I'm hearing you. Listen, I guess we probably
I'm
have a
hearing
little
you
delay.
good.
Probably
I'm
it's
hearing you good
probably.
too.
You hearing me good? All right.
No,
All
I'm
right.
hearing you
I
loud.
just
I'm
think
I'm
that
hearing you
might be
loud.
okay.
I'm hearing you loud and clear. I'm hearing you loud and clear.
Okay, good, good, good. So, Mystique, tell the world who is Mystic, excuse me, Sachs. Forgive me if I say Mystic Sachs. Tell the world who you are, sir.
Well, to put it in simple words, Mystic Sax is very easygoing. Um, I'm a very humble person. Yeah, I'll just keep it simple as I'm just an easygoing person. There's nothing to it. I'm just cool.
Okay. So you say you're just cool, you're just cooling, you're chilling.
I'm laid back. As they would say, I'm laid back. I'm a laid back person.
Nothing wrong with that, but your music shows your energy, your vibe. It shows how much you love your instrument, you know. Tell us about when you developed that love for the saxophone.
Well, from since I was in primary school, which is Heinze, or formerly known as St. George's Anglican Senior School, or junior school. I started in grade three, and I was just there in school one day, and I was just hearing the music from afar. I was trying to figure out, like, where is this song coming from? Like, but this song real good. I really need to find where this song coming from. So I literally traveled the entire school trying to find, well, where this song's coming from. And then I bounced up a little classroom. They were practicing their recorder. And Mr. Casimir Thomas, who was the teacher there teaching, he's the one that saw me at the back of the class, sit and watch, and then he was like, well, why are you so far in the back? Come forward and join us. Come and listen.
Hmm.
I was a little shy, I was a little nervous because me. My family don't really have a major music background like that. Only person in my family who really played music is more my grandfather. That's the only person I can recall, and just my brother who
Hmm.
does DJ. But other than that, we don't really have so much musical background. So he saw me there and he was like, "Come forward, come. You don't have to stay all the way in the back. Come see what's going on." And from since then, it just became like magic. I just fell in love with it from since then. I moved on from recorder to clarinet in grade five, and then what really brought me to the saxophone was Kenny G. So I used to listen to Kenny G a lot while I was playing the clarinet, and for some reason, I just felt like I was starting to master the clarinet a little bit, and I just wanted a little more. I just something just wasn't there. So I told um at the time I was with the orchestra, and I told them, I want to play saxophone. And they were like, no, I'll stick with the clarinet a little bit still, get a little better. And in my mind, I'm like,
Hmm.
nah, but this is not what I want. This don't feel like me anymore.
Hmm.
And this is
They
why
try to
God is good,
limit you,
because
man.
He made a way possible, because I was playing my clarinet in church at the time, and my godmother's husband, he's a pastor, and he came in the church and he was hearing me playing and thought I was very talented, and he wanted to see me go far. So he said, "You know what, son, I have a saxophone at home. I'm not using it. Here you go. This is yours to practice it here. If you want a
Oh
saxophone, you can take it."
wow.
And that was it. That was history right there. I got my first saxophone, and that was it. I started practicing, started getting better, and yeah.
Listen, you ever hear when they say you are ordained to do something? You ever hear that before when you're ordained? They say that mostly in
Heard that
church.
before.
When
I
you're
heard that before.
ordained, you heard that before, right? Right. They
I
mostly
heard
say
that
in
before.
church though, because God made a way. God made a way. He sent the pastor. You
He
didn't know
did. He
that was
did.
coming to you.
I
So
did not. I
this
did
is
not
meant
know
for
that was
you.
coming.
Yeah, yeah. You wouldn't have known. You
No,
wouldn't
I
know
wouldn't
because
have
you
known.
could have been
That's
like,
fair.
"Well, sir, I don't have." You could have said, "Sir, I don't have money to buy no saxophone or anything like that." I'm just saying, not saying you didn't have. I'm just saying, like, when new stuff starts to pop up, you're like, but no, but that was ordained. Like,
That
this
was.
is what you were meant to
I
do,
believe
and
so too.
you
That
play
it
so
was
good.
ordained. I believe so too. It was ordained.
Yes.
I do believe that.
You play so beautifully. You do. And the other day I was watching your video. Before I got to see the whole thing, later on, which was something it was like this week. I noticed
Right.
that when you played Last Drop from Dash, and that's one of Dash's songs right now. And I was like, oh, and Dash, I see Dash reposted. I see a lot of people reposted, and I
People
said,
reposted it.
and I was in awe by it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was very in awe by it, and I was jamming to it
Appreciate
because
it.
honestly, to tell you the truth, that is my song. That is my song, by the way. So yeah, but
Just to tease you a
you
little bit.
play. I mean,
Just to tease you a little bit.
I love it.
I got a lot more on the way coming. If you think this was it, I got
Ooh.
a lot more on the way coming. It's coming.
Can you just spill one bean? I'm not saying spill all the beans, but I mean, is it possible? Because I know we can't, I don't want to mess up some surprises. I don't want to mess up the surprise,
Nah.
but it, can we spill one, just one bean? They
um.
said spill the beans. I
All
just
right.
want
So I
one,
can
just one.
spill. I
Well,
can
not me,
spill.
but the people will just
I
want
know I can
one.
spill the bean. I can spill the bean. I can spill the bean. So it's the same rhythm. I'm trying to do all the artists on the same rhythm. So you got the Boise, you got the Mr. Golden, you got the Short Priest. I'm trying to do all of them.
Oh my God, Short Priest my song, right? All I wanted is one me flow. I see that is my jam, by the way. Well, that's my next
I
jam.
got it coming. I got it
I'm
coming.
in the volcano. All right, all
Yeah,
right,
it's
all
it's
right, all
coming.
right.
It's
We in a
coming. I got
vibe.
it coming.
We in a vibe. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. If you are just now tuning in, welcome to Spice Vibes D series. And tonight, our guest is Mystic Sax. We're now getting to his story and how he started music. Wonderful, beautifully played instrument, the saxophone. I'm gonna call Mr. Saxophonist himself because listen, this young man here, whew, ha. Well, let's get back into it, right? But I'm just saying, like I can't wait I can't wait to hit my next song. So I see that you're a man that is very inspirational, very motivational. You can relate to folks and stuff like that. How is it important for you to set goals, as a young man like yourself?
um, that's a good question. Because in the beginning when I started music, I never really actually set it goals. And I made a change and I actually started setting goals and I saw a major improvement. So for me in terms of setting goals, so in terms of like videos, if I come up with an idea for so like the Spice Man season, so if depending on who releases songs for the year, I would see like which song is more engaging. Um and I would structure around that. And well, the initial goal that I always set is I tried well from since the year started, but I haven't accomplished that as yet. But the initial goal I said it was to try at least do 3 videos a week. So that's initially the plan right there.
So you have your social media goals.
Yeah,
My people that listen out there that want to do content creating, you hear what this man said? He has his social media goals. So it's still your goal to make sure that he puts out at least how many videos a week?
3, at least 3.
Three videos
But
a
that's
week.
my goal at least.
And
I'm still working. I'm still working on it. I'm still working on it.
but that's
Um,
still good because that's consistent.
right. Just to add, uh, what really keeps me staring in terms of my goals. So I had picked up a recent hobby that I dropped a couple years back. So I used to run in secondary school, long distance, and that used to help me um breathe a lot better, so I could play a lot better, so my lungs would be a lot more clear. And
Mhm.
since after I finished secondary school, I stopped run, and a part of me fell apart from there. And it's just a couple months back, I was just trying to find myself, to motivate myself into coming back to doing videos, engaging with people online. And something just hit me like, when last have you run?
Mm,
And from since
mm,
then, I've been trying to
mm.
run every day, and I've seen improvements in terms of my playing from different performances. So, a goal I would
Mhm.
say people just said, try and do stuff outside of your main stuff in what you do. If it's music, if it's dancing,
Yes,
any other thing, try and
yes,
find a balance in terms of something outside, because it helps you mentally, physically, and even spiritually, to stay steady and stay focused.
yes, absolutely. And what these people are saying is right, because sometimes when we're caught up in what we love to do, which is fine, which is how you play the saxophone, sometimes we need another outlet to help us to become better in our main, which is for
Hmm.
you, your main will be playing the trumpet. And a lot of times you'll find even more joy, playing the trumpet, because you're doing other things that you like to do still. And it helps because it helps the clarity of the
That's
mind, you know what I mean?
hmm
Because sometimes you could get clogged in your mind, or you can get, like, how they call it, they call it writer's block. I call it,
right.
but whatever your
Yeah,
profession is, I will say saxophonist block, right? I'll say, or like how I'm a dancer choreographer, so I used to say I get choreographer block, or I'll say I get dancers block. I will say that. And
right.
because we so focused on that one thing, but it's also good to step out. So yeah, that definitely is, and then you find more joy into it as well. You already do, but
Well,
you'll see another level of joy of
you
it.
will
So
see
yeah,
another
so
level
definitely,
of
yeah,
joy.
start running.
Definitely.
Yes.
Definitely.
I'm telling you, you definitely will. So tell us about your biggest inspiration, within your career. Who was your biggest inspiration?
Well, um, my biggest inspiration has always been my mom. Sadly she passed away, but
Oh,
she's
my
still right here with me.
condolences.
Thank you.
Yes, yes.
She's still right here with me, and she's what's really keeping me from not giving up. Because I'll be very honest. Within the past year and a half, I've contemplated many times on giving up, and I just keep reminding myself like this is not what she would want, and
Mhm,
one thing
mhm,
she would do that kind of motivate that stay with me was she would make it a duty to always attend every performance of mine, and just the
mhm.
support of that, getting that from a parent, coming from a small and upbringing, I'll be very honest. Some parents look at music, as a hobby. Some students might come home to say, I want to do music, and some parents might not take it serious. They might take it as a hobby, and you might
Yeah,
not take what a
yeah, very
child saying
true.
as serious, but you never know. You could actually reach far. And I'm just grateful that she was just one parent that never took it as a joke. She stayed with me. She did everything she could, made sure she steered me in the right path, put me with teachers.
Mhm.
And all of that helped to shape, to build me, to actually try and achieve something in life. So all of those memories of her doing all of that for me is what's driving me to stay the way I am right now, to be in the game.
Yes, yes. And always keep that in the forefront of your mind, anytime you start to feel that heaviness, just keep that, like, oh, just keep going, keep pushing. Just always keep that in front. Even when you're running, keep that too. Keep that
I do have
motivation
it in
up.
my mind.
Even
Hmm.
and just keep going. You got this, man. One thing I say, it's life, right? We all gonna go through something in life, and
They
sometime in life it does get hard where we don't want to do it anymore. We just want to give up because it's like, but you just have
we
to
do.
keep telling yourself, and
So,
just keep telling yourself, like, yo, I know it's not what I want right now, but listen to this though. Consistency.
consistency.
Consistency. You just gotta keep pushing. Consistency. That's what beats everything. Consistency
That's
beat
what we
talent.
say.
You could be talented
That's
to
true.
tomorrow. You could be talented. Think about
Hmm.
it. How much people you know
You
that's
can.
very talented, right? But they not the biggest star that you would say they would be, or I would say. But the person who is okay, kind of talent, but they reach far.
Yeah.
You know why? Consistency. And one thing too,
Consistency.
always keep yourself around the fire. What does the fire mean? Meaning keep
Right.
yourself around like-minded people because I'm telling you, I
You
can
gotta
relate to
protect your
you. You
peace out here.
understand? Because exactly, and also too, when you start to feel that little brain and the brain, but I would say brain fog. You start to feel the brain fog and the fog going through your mind. The people
Hmm.
around you, when you need it the most, they will say, "No, no, 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 no. I understand, but I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
Take a break." You know, I have people tell me that. Take a break. Take a day. Go do something fun. Go do what you love to
You
do.
gotta
Something
get your
fun. You
mind
know that
clear.
helps too. Yeah, I'm telling you, a lot of times I'm like, you know what, screw this. I'm gonna watch a movie. I love movies.
No,
So I'm gonna watch a movie.
I
Forget about
do love,
everything.
I do love my movies too. Gotta have my movie time. But
You know, I'm
one
telling
thing that
you.
one thing that I always tell myself, I've been telling myself, and I think it's good advice for any other person in any other field.
Mhm,
Put it simple, always turn your losses into wins. Don't complain. Something happened today, accept it. There's a reason it happened today. You find
yeah,
another reason tomorrow to
yeah,
push
yeah, yeah,
forward. So that's something that keeps me steady so that I don't give up, because you have to try to make it right.
yes,
You're not going to get it easy. It's not going to be a written piece of paper that you just receive. You have to put in the work. You got to get it out there. So,
yes, yes. That's up, yo. That right there is absolutely true. And me too. I just have to tell myself that too. Now I got to the point where I'm like, what's next? What's next? What's next? That's me every day now. What's next? You can ask the AV engineer. What's next?
what's next?
You
Yeah.
can ask her, what's next? This time, what's next? Who's on next? And it's not the same. Like, I'm not grateful for the moment because I am, and I show gratitude. But it's just for me to just keep going, keep going, keep going. So it's there.
Right.
So tell us, what is your favorite genre to play?
uh, a lot of people ask me that question. And I honestly don't have a solid one answer. Because I love more than one genre. I have to be honest. For me, I'm not really a person that likes to stay with one thing. I like to
Hmm.
explore. I like to see different things. I like to feel different things.
Hmm.
I like to
Hmm.
experience different things in different ways. So, what I would say my two favorite genres would be. It's really is that deep. I would say pop. I would say pop,
Hmm.
and I'll give it a soca. I'll give it to soca. I'll give it to soca. Pop and soca. I'll give it to
Get the
soca.
sucker. All right, all right.
I'll
Papa
give it.
sucker.
I'll
All
give it to
right, all
soca.
right, all
It's between
right.
soca and dancer. Between soca and dancer, but I have to give it to soca because
Sucker
of
dancer.
culture.
All
I have to
right,
give it to soca.
that's okay. So tell us what was one of your biggest song. Okay, tell us one of the songs you got the biggest forward for while playing the saxophone. It could be any genre of music, doesn't matter. But what song did you get the biggest forward for? And you was like, oh yeah, in your head though, not
Ah,
actually saying like, oh yeah, they chatted, yeah.
um.
Tell us about that moment.
So when you say, let me see, what's the biggest?
Your biggest forward. Da, 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 da. Yeah.
You mean in terms of the views?
No, I mean in terms of like you're performing out, you're out
Oh, in terms of
performing
perform.
and you're in yeah, performance. Like let's say like what was it like? Okay, so big forward, right? Pa 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 pa
Let
pa pa pa.
me
Oh
see. Let me see.
yeah,
What can I say?
yeah.
Um, Honestly, I don't think a lot of people even know about this performance. The biggest performance I've had, I was able to actually perform in invitational ceremony for Congresswoman Yvette Clark and Hakim
Nice.
Senator Hakim Jeffries.
Nice.
Yeah, so I would consider that the biggest performance I have ever had in
You
my
ever
life.
had? Nice. And when the people were like, yeah, yeah, how did that make you
They
feel?
did love it. But it's crazy because that
See?
moment was my biggest moment, but that moment was also, I wouldn't say my biggest bust because it was unfortunate what happened, but that moment, so you see, even in your biggest moments, stuff do happens to you. Stuff do happens to you,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
you still
yeah.
gotta
True.
be you still gotta be composed. So in that moment, while I was playing, my saxophone, the top piece actually broke off while I was playing
Really?
in the middle
How
of the
did you
song.
pivot?
And when I realized what happened, I was like, oh no. And then I was like, you know what? I'm not bothering. Because it happened before in the past, but it was like a long time ago. So I didn't expect it to happen right away. So
Again,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
I was like, you know what? I'm not stopping. I tried to stick it back on somehow. I continued. I tried to play. It was a little, but I made it work. I made it work. And
made it
then
work.
it still broke off again. I put it back. Broke off again. I still put it back. And
Oh
you know,
shoot.
I still didn't give up.
Damn.
Um after I finished play, Congress Yvette Clark, she came up to me and she was commending me because most people, probably would have walked off, or probably they probably would have felt a type of way. But she said, that was very professional of me, that even through everything that happened, you didn't show any sign like something actually really did happen. And you kept going and you pushed yourself. That showed a different level of determination. So that right there kind of made me feel a little better. It helped me to feel good.
Now that's a big forward, okay? Even though forward could be clapping and people raving and ranting and making noise, that's a big forward right there. The fact that the Congresswoman Yvette Clarke has said out of New York City could look at you and say that means she'll hire you again. I'm not saying I don't know when, but that's right there. You definitely know that other people was probably saying the same thing. So
they, they
that's
were,
big.
they
That's
were,
huge. Yeah.
they were.
So they were see? There it is. There it is. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are now tuning in, it is now 8:30. We are talking to Mystic Sax, saxophonist. We are, talking about his career, how he got started. I just want to take a time out right now to pick up our sponsors. Um, and we're gonna have on the screen a few so you can see who our sponsors is. So I also want to big up C March Media. Shout out to C March Media for the platform, for everything, for media, for giving us the opportunity to be here today. I also want to shout out to Brand Builders. Brand Builders is a company that also helps out with social media marketing, brand marketing. So if you're someone who's looking to get into social media marketing, branding marketing, hit up Brand Builders. Also, too, I also want to give a shout out to Easy Print, Easy Printing. They also are a company that does t-shirts. So if you are someone that's looking to get t-shirts done, or you know someone that needs for an event, or you have an organization, Easy Print is your place. And also, too, I have to big up to my team in the background, um, JRL AV engineers. Guys, it wasn't for them, they're the one that keep us together, keep us going on these lives. So gotta do a big, big shout out to them. We get back to Mr. Mystic Sax. So if your sax could talk, if your sax could talk, what would it say? What would it
uh,
matter of fact, what would it say and what would it say about you? Let's say that. What would it say? What would it say about you?
Um, honestly, I don't know. um, you might have to help me on this one. You might have to help me on this one.
All right,
Honestly,
I can
I
help.
don't
Okay,
know.
okay.
You might have to help me on this one. You might have
You
to
know,
help me on this
that's
one.
okay. All right, all right. So tell me if okay, from what I learned from so far from you and looked and read up on, you tell me. Determination.
Oh,
Is that a good one?
we can use that. We can use that. Determination is not a bad one. We can
Okay.
use that. We can use that.
It's all right. I'm not done yet. Go on. Passionate.
There's one. That's the one. That's the one. Passionate. Passionate is the one.
Right. I have more for you. Creative.
Ah, that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Right.
And I would say leader. What do you think about that?
I mean, I would, but sometimes I feel like I don't even know how to put it. I Sometimes I feel like I shy away a little bit from different opportunities.
Hmm.
I feel like, yeah. I mean, I'm confident, but it depends on the situation. I feel like, sometimes,
Hmm.
because I've been in situations where, I had to portray leadership characters and I wasn't able to execute it. So yeah, that one is a half and half. That one is a half and half. I'm still working a little bit on that one.
And listen, that's okay. Still keep growing, still keep going. No worries. It's all a part of the growth. And the reason what made me say leader is your story, right? You were able to
Right.
step up and the fact that your piece of your trumpet broke off, and the first thing you did was to say in your mind said, "Oh no, 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 no.
Uh,
We're gonna stand here and we're gonna pivot." Right?
we gonna
So
do.
imagine if you had to lead a band. I'm just saying, just think about it like this. Imagine, I know this is a large scale I'm about to say. Imagine you had to
Mm-hmm.
lead a band, and one of your band members, and you saw this while you're instructing the band, right? Mind you, you know your instruments, and you going, and one of your guys in the back or females, you could see it came off, and they look directly at you, but they know the type of teacher that you are, right? They know who you
Mm-hmm.
are. And because of how you taught them and what they seen and what they understand and what you did at that event, guess what?
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna follow
Then,
you and follow what you did because that's what leaders do. Leaders
right. I see
adjust.
what you mean.
Leaders know how to pivot. You understand what I'm saying? Just
I
just
see what see
just
what
think
you
on
mean.
that. Just think on that. Yes,
I see what you
just
mean. I
think
see
on
what
that
you
for
mean.
me. Yes. So that's why I said leader. I mean, no worries. You might not see it as of yet, but I see it. And I know management, everybody
I
sees it
appreciate
in
that. I
you. But
appreciate
don't
that.
worry.
I do appreciate that. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
that.
Give it some time. Don't worry. You're going to it. Trust me. You will.
In time, in time,
So, in time. See?
in
In
time, in time, in
time.
time.
Right.
The clock
So
it.
tell us, what does. It's a rocket.
You gotta clock it. You gotta clock it
Rocket.
in time.
It's a clock. It's.
Oh, you were sticking a
So
little bit.
tell
So
us. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I don't. Probably the connection. My apology. So tell us, what does Grenada mean to you?
um, Grenada means a lot, especially living in a different country. Um, I really appreciate Grenada. Trust me. Grenada is beautiful. Very, as a matter of fact, very, 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 very. I have to use a lot of varies for this. Very, very beautiful, actually. You compare the beaches in Grenada compared to beaches here, and there's literally no comparison. You compare the culture, there is no comparison. You feel the energy, you feel the vibes, you just feel welcome. You
Mhm.
feel a sense of comfortability. You feel a sense of joy. You feel a sense of belonging.
Mhm.
You know,
So true.
um, you feel a sense of welcome, and it's just seeing how people can come together. In tough moments in Grenada. It actually says a
Mhm.
lot because in tough moments here in America, people wouldn't care about you. If you're
Mhm.
homeless, they would just look at you there.
Mhm.
But in Grenada, you might be homeless. You might still have a family member that might still put you under their wing. Or a neighbor
Mhm.
that might see you going wrong. They won't still put you under their wing. So
Mhm. Mhm.
I appreciate Grenada very much a lot. Another reason why I appreciate Grenada because Grenada was my starting point where I was able to build
Mhm.
me, the foundation of Mystic Socks. And looking back at that journey, I have a lot to be grateful for, especially in the hotel industry, and that's one thing that I'm happy that is still going on. Having the music in the hotels because I used to perform at
Yes.
Sandals like 3 days a week and performing for outside guests, that's not Grenadian, and just hearing the reaction from you hearing your Grenadian people, you're hearing the outside reaction now. And it gives you a different feeling and a different experience. It's like it actually gives you the feeling like I'm really here, and you actually start to see the
Yeah.
difference
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
in yeah, you as they would say, there's levels to this. So you actually start to see the difference in level. And that experience that I was able to get, at a young age, actually helped shape me to find myself deeper in music, understanding my instrument more,
Mhm.
understanding
Mhm.
what it means to be a performer, understanding what it means to engage with the audience, learning to read your audience, learning to give what your audience wants, Um,
Mhm.
the
Mhm.
essence
Mhm.
of enjoying yourself while performing, and that's one big thing that separates a professional, that I would say a professional from someone who's coming up. A professional actually knows, you wouldn't tell if a professional actually playing around. You wouldn't be able to tell
Mhm.
because it's so smooth, it's so different. So that's just how I feel.
No, it's true, and thank you for that explanation about that because one thing about Grenada, you do feel comfortable. I went to Grenada at a young age, and when my mom brought me to Grenada, I learned about my family, I learned about the country. My mom taught me so much. My mom is from Grenville. That's on my mother's side, and then my
Brenda.
grandfather's side, they're from River Road, Dabo, in St. George's. Yeah. So
Okay, okay, okay.
just
I used to
learn
train on
about the
that.
culture growing up. Yeah. Okay. My
Yeah,
grandmother
when
up
I
the
when I was when
hill.
I was running track too, man, they used to make me run up the hill on the mornings right there for training.
That hill is steep.
Nah, that hill
What?
is steep. Trust me.
So that means That hill is steep.
That hill is
Listen,
steep.
I used to walk it out when I was a child, and I used to be like this going up
Ah,
it.
so
It
imagine,
ain't no joke.
like this, you running. So imagine,
The running,
and we have to
oh
go
my
all the way up to the
God,
top, all the way,
to the
all
top.
the way, all the way,
We
non-stop.
we went halfway.
No, we had to go all the way up to the top.
We went halfway because my grandfather's house was like by the pipe. You know, when you go halfway,
Okay,
there's a
okay,
pipe and there's a little stairs. And when you go up the little stairs, then you go up,
right.
that's his house. But I know it goes higher because I've seen the hill go even further up. But your lungs is good because
You
that's
gotta
that's
stay in
training
shape.
right
You
there.
gotta stay in shape.
So it's true, it's true. So tell us about your favorite part of Carnival.
Oh, there's only one favorite part, and I mean, I think that's everybody's favorite part. That is the part where you actually free your mind. You could be you. Nobody don't know is you. You is you. Juve. I love my Juve. Juve is me. I love to be on the
Mhm.
road for Juve. Nothing can be
Give us
Juve.
you.
It's only Juve.
Nice. So tell us, what does job mean to you? Give us, if you could give us a little history about job. What does it mean to you?
um, honestly, I think it's just a lot of people misunderstood job because you look at it as you look at it in the spiritual way as it's bad, it's terrible. But when you look at it in a more positive way, a more open way, you look at it as culture. When you look back, as you say, history, our ancestors when they were enslaved, they would do that as part of their tradition, to celebrate and even to pass on messages, so we are just appreciating the ones who were there before us, that push to actually make our lives a lot easier. We're just appreciating what they did,
Mhm.
and that's how we just celebrated.
Hmm. Job is your favorite, right? Fish roll is most people's favorite part of carnival. But and explain to the people why Spice Mass, why take a trip to Grenada? Or what is so historic about it, or what is so good that people should take a trip to Grenada or go to Spice Mass? Give us your feedback on that, or let's educate some people. And just to give you some insider, we do have people that's on these on our live that's tuning in, that might not be,
Right.
if that's not from Grenada, because I know there's people in
Mhm.
on that is tuning in that's not from Grenada as well, and we do have some Grenadians on here too. So we just want to educate them why Grenada, why Spice Mass. That's what this show is about. It's about educating the people, telling them about the culture, the vibe, and musicians like yourself who is carrying Grenada on their shoulders. So just
Mhm.
explain to the people.
So, what makes Grenada Spice Mass really, really amazing? To put it very simply, the amount of events that occur. When you look at places like here in New York, you just look at the list of events that happens during the season, and you compare, you would see that Grenada actually has a lot of events, in the season compared to other carnivals, even Miami, Trinidad, events leading up. You have a lot of events to come out to and have a good time, and what stands out a lot is that a lot of those events actually give opportunity to new artists and new different songs, so you're not just coming to hear who already, you're coming to actually feel a difference, you're getting something new, so you're coming to get something old and you're coming back out with something new, so it's a good experience like that. What's new that stands out? that I would say is like they started incorporating more instrumentalists like me, you know, people like Jelani, like Geo. They started incorporating a lot more instrumentalists on stage, and that's something that actually make me happy because being somebody that's very young and setting the stage for that on the international stage, and coming from not getting that opportunity to be able to do such and to be able to put in the work and actually get the opportunity now and see the results and seeing people actually see the vision of having instrumentalists as part of carnival, it really put a smile on my face. Actually, is a good thing. And as we continue doing this, obviously the culture will grow more. So that's something that will light up other people's experience when they come to view Spice Mass. Because some people they might not like to hear the rugged voice from a little jab song, but if you play it on a nice little instrument, a little saxophone, a little violin, a little pan, it will suit them. They want to feel a different vibe. So you're giving them more than one feeling. So yeah, that's what it
Yeah,
is.
yeah, I like that. And tell the people why should they come to Grenada? Like, there's so many Caribbean islands. There's so many places, other places they can go to. Why Grenada? Why the Spice Isle?
I feel like Grenada is probably one of the most safest space. In terms of you feeling comfortable, as I said. Uh there is so
Mm-hmm.
much activities to do. Um that's different from other places. You got places to travel like Dodgy Dock, you got Lavalins on a Thursday. Where they do the nice $40 special for the rum punch and Grenadian people love their rum punch. So if you're a person that likes alcohol, that's something that's interesting. You got your group of friends, y'all could come down and there's a hooker, obviously, and obviously you have other lineman spots like Wall Street, you go on a Friday, on a Thursday, you have your beer. So um, you don't really see much of that happening outside, here in places like New York because it's much more dangerous. Like you wouldn't just find people just chilling on the block like that. They do, but they would feel on edge. They would feel uneasy. In Grenada you feel good.
Yeah, yeah.
You feel safe.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
yeah. Oh, and the food. Can't forget the food. Oh God, I
What
can't
is
forget the
this
food.
Wall Street
Sorry.
you speak of?
I cannot forget the food. I cannot forget the food. I apologize. Sorry. But when you come, um, although it's not independence, but to the foreigner, just make sure you have a nice bowl of oil dung. Please, that's the first thing to try. A nice bowl of oil dung. You can go places like Container Park where you got nice little spots there to eat, and the food is actually delicious. You got places like umbrellas, nice little date spot. You can go right there. So you can tag your lover. You and your lover could come on a nice little vacation. And guess what? Carnival right around the corner. So it's good.
So much niceness everywhere, make you feel to wind your way. This is we carnival. When the rhythm touch the bass, man the show mash up the place. It's woman and gun when they come wrong. Still pan and drum, look we all done.
Mystic, sorry about
Right.
that. That was
No,
some
that's okay.
technical
That's okay.
difficulties. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Technical difficulties.
Yes, like you said, the biggest moments happen when the biggest things happen in
The
your biggest
biggest.
moments, right? Things can
See,
still
see, look,
happen.
look, it happens, man. It happens. It happens.
Yeah. But thank you but still thank you for telling people about Wall Street. So people, if you are in Grenada, go make sure you go visit Wall Street. And don't worry, you can ask anybody about Wall Street because everybody know Wall Street is, right? So Mystique just tell you his feedback on why you should take a trip to Grenada. Even if it's not Spice Mass, still take a trip to Grenada. But if you want to have some fun in the sun, Spice Mass. Just
But
saying.
it's Christmas.
Like that. So tell us any collaborations coming from any artists in the future, you know, let us know. Tell the
Um,
people.
I didn't want to spill the beans, but
Oh, don't, all right. So if you
no,
can't
no,
spill
no,
it,
no,
don't
no, no,
spill
no.
it. Don't spill it.
I will on this one because I think it's good that people should know this. So last year, this was my initial goal. I wanted to target every artist song and release
Mm-hmm.
a video and collaborate with them. So literally almost every artist in the season, big or small, trying to get everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't able to accomplish it last year. I wasn't in the spirit, a lot was going on with me. Although this year is a late start, but just sitting back and just looking at so much happening, and just looking at the world pass you by, it don't feel good. So this year, I made it one of my goal that I'm gonna target every artist song. So coming to Grenada, I will be trying to record as much artist songs as I can to release for this season. So let's go.
I love that. And I would love to see like a visual with you and like the artist is singing and you playing the saxophone. I'm
We
just
can
saying,
we can
I
make
just would
that we
love to
can
see
make that
that.
happen too.
That now
We
that
can
is
make that happen too.
legendary. And,
That
oh,
would,
I got an idea too. Like the preparation, like you don't have to show the whole thing, but you could show like, y'all in the studio and y'all going like this
so we
and you
can
playing
show a
the
little thing.
sax, right? And this so and then the artist is like this. And he told and like how y'all having a
Absolutely.
conversation, like like a behind the scenes kind of thing, but like a little
Yeah.
teaser,
Mm-hmm.
not really showing everything, but it's like a little teaser, like
This
like coming
a
soon. Me and such
right.
and myself
This
and
a this
such
a
and
this a little.
such. So, just give you some idea. I'm hyped for you. I'm excited, and I'm not even going to be there, but I'm excited for you. I love this. I love this where you're going. I love what you're doing. Continue doing it. Obstacles gonna come. Life is going to life. We
It
can't
will. Life
stop
is
it.
going to lie.
Yes, but it's how we respond to it is the most important response, right? But
Right.
don't ever allow, even in the hardest moments, I'm not gonna lie, because things will get very tough and hard, right? You
Mm-hmm.
know, take a day off if you have to. And this goes out to the people out there too. This is for me, and I'm talking to myself first as well. You know, take a day off if you have to, because sometimes it does get a lot. Sometimes it does get overwhelming,
Mm-hmm.
right? But take a
It
day
does.
off if you have to. Like put it like let's put it to the side. Go watch like we were saying earlier. Go run, go watch TV, go to the gym. I like going to the gym. Go dance, go play some music. Because music is beautiful. It's fulfilling. It gives
It
you
is.
the adrenaline inside your mind and the way it calms down the body and music gives you happy thoughts,
It
right?
does.
And I'm talking about
Mm-hmm.
happy music. Like soca music to me is happy music, right? I be going in, you know what I'm saying? But definitely, so what you're telling me is you will be in Spice Mass, right?
I will be there. I will be there.
And so I got a secret for you. I
Let
got a
me
secret
hear.
for you. I'm
I'm
gonna be
listening.
there too.
Okay.
Turn it Spice Mass.
We outside. We
We
outside.
we outside, Capita.
We
Just
out.
wanted to say that. Oh gosh, I had to say that. But no, but continue doing what you're doing. I love this. I love what you're doing. Continue pushing your content because I look forward to seeing it. When I saw you did last drop, I was excited. I probably watched that probably like not even 4 times, I lie, like 6, 7 times. I probably watching. I'm gonna watch it again tomorrow again too. But I
What I
love everything about
oh
it. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
no,
Go
I
ahead.
would say just what I gotta say, for the past year and a half, I've been away from social media. If you look on my page, we realize that I haven't been so social. I haven't been posting.
Mhm.
And, I kind of took a lot of those moments to reflect for myself. A lot was happening in my life, personal stuff,
Mhm.
a lot of family drama. And, I try not to let it get to me. And
Of course.
all the projects that I had from then coming into this year, there's a lot in store, believe me. And there is stuff that people don't would not expect from me. That's the thing. So I'm actually coming like a rocket. I'm just saying that. I'm just putting that out in the air. I'm coming as a rocket.
Listen, say it bold and proud. Did
Just
y'all
to give
hear
a
what he
little
said? Listen, he's coming like a rocket. Rocket on, drop it. Listen,
rocket.
roll out, roll. Let's go.
Just
Let's
to give a little
go.
promotion to myself. But so I'm multi-talented. God bless me with a lot of abilities.
Mhm.
And I don't want to have them just there. I want to utilize everything. So
Mhm.
I'm not just coming as a saxophonist, but I'm coming out as a producer. I'm also coming out as a vocal artist. A lot of people don't know that I can actually sing. And
Listen,
I already got a couple original songs recorded already. So they're coming. It's coming.
it's
It's
coming.
coming.
It's coming soon. And I can't wait to hear them. Did y'all hear that? He just said, I know y'all heard it, but I'm going to say it again. Producer, music production, all right? Artist, music, singing. So you can see, he can also sing. He can play an instrument. He can also sing. He's doing music production. So you know what that means. Double whammy in your song. So I should be hearing some trumpets in your songs too. But that right there, sir, reach no, go beyond the stars, go
You
beyond the
understand?
sky, go into space. Because they say sky's the limit. Nah, sky's past the limit and past the
It's
skies
part of
and
the
past the
sky.
stars.
Hmm.
Okay, definitely. I can't wait to hear. I can't wait to see what you got in stores for Spice Mass. I can't wait to see who you collaborate and work with when we get to Spice Mass in August. I can't wait to see and hear your music that comes out in the future. Yeah, and yeah, I was told that you're multi-talented as well. So
They
listen.
they put you up to speed. They put you up to speed.
I mean, I gotta get the best out of the best. I'm the best talent, one of the best talent in the world. Like, come on, gotta get that information. So I want to ask you, when
Mhm.
you're playing when you're playing your saxophone, right? What message do you want people to feel? I mean, but what people to say, I would say. Well, and also, what do you want people to feel when you're playing?
Um, there's just one word, really: happiness. You know, um, Music is a vibration, so obviously, every feeling that you get, you should take it as a means that whatever negative thing is going on in your life, or something is trying to attack you, just use that as a source to channel positive energy. Um, for me, anytime I'm feeling down, I always pick up my sax to just play, or I play my keyboard. I'm in the element, so it's a vibration that gives a happy feeling. So it's just happiness.
Okay. I love that. Just feeling the happiness, regardless of what's happening, what you're going through. Feel the happiness when you play music, when you're playing that saxophone. I love that. I love that. I love that. Well, Mystic, thank you so much for being my guest tonight. I do
Anytime.
appreciate you. Thank you. The next
I,
time we see each other, go ahead.
I know. I was wondering. No, I was about to ask you if you don't want me to bless y'all tonight. You can't have me on the show and I don't give them
eh.
a little something.
You know what, sir? Take it away. All right, y'all. Did y'all hear
uh,
this? So Mystic is gonna. So everybody, listen. Stay on. Mystique is gonna bless us with a little something, something from the saxophone. Ah, thank you, sir. Listen. Oh, I'm excited. I can't wait to hear him play. So he's gonna bless us tonight, ladies and gents. So all my people that's on Twitch. Shouts to everybody on Twitch. Shouts to everybody on Instagram as
so
he's getting ready.
I'll
Yes.
let y'all pick tonight. We keeping something for the culture for the
Something for the all
season.
right. So everybody else, so we gonna do. See, I heard Mystique said, right? He said something for the
Song
culture,
for the season or any genre.
song for the season, any genre. So I have right now, okay, my Twitch family, my Facebook family, and my Instagram family. Tell me right now, what song would you like for him to play right now? So right now, if you see me looking down, because I'm looking at the chat. So don't worry, guys. I'm focused. So, all right. Shout out to David, Sweet Chrissy, Olisa, Chrissy, DJ Lust, King B, Too Tough. Shout out to my Facebook here, Instagram, YouTube. Shout out to Alicia Duncan, Talisha Charles. Listen, woo,
I'm ready to go.
you ready? All right. You know what? I think I'm gonna go. Um,
Hold on, let me
can
see.
you
I
play?
hope I know it.
No, I'm gonna give you a song. I'm trying to think of one real quick. Hold on. I'm trying to think of it real quick. So, you say you do R&B, right?
Mm-hmm. I do
You know
R&B.
what? Give us a small synopsis about R&B, about R&B. True. I'll let you pick it.
A small snippet of an R&B tune. Okay,
It's a
I
little
got
something,
you.
something R&B. True.
I got
You know,
you.
yes, this is you got me. All right. He said he got us, y'all. Y'all hear that? Everywhere he got us, y'all. So
And this is one of my favorite tracks too.
went okay. That was beautiful. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. I know,
Well,
guys. The show, I know it's called Spice Vibes. I don't know what to say it's soca, but you know how to put a little twist to it. But oh my gosh, thank you. And
you're
that's
welcome.
Keisha Cole, sent from heaven. You said,
They wanted a soca.
I mean, I was saying everybody drop like I was saying to everybody, what song would you like? You know,
Um,
put in the comments a song you want to hear. And then I didn't see. I mean, people are watching, but I didn't see anybody saying things. So I just jumped on it and said, "Okay, we going to
you
set
go
up
pull up the
put a little R&B.
that little R&B.
It's a little R&B, a little something, something,
Just a
a
little
little
something,
small,
something.
it's a little something,
A
something, you
little
know. But that
something.
was beautiful. I love
Thank
that.
you.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Thank you.
Of course, of course. Listen, in the future, we're definitely going to do this again.
We will.
Okay, we will do this again. And next time we meet, I'm gonna hear
Mhm.
about the music, the tracks, the album.
Next time you're gonna hear
Yes.
the vocal.
Yay! Come true, come true. Come true. But definitely, yes, thank you so much for giving us a small snippet of a concert. You know, if you guys missed the concert, don't worry, there's a replay coming. You can catch the replay on YouTube, catch the replay on Twitch. Thank you again, Mystic.
You're welcome.
I can't wait to see you in Spice Mans. I will definitely be saying hello to you in
Definitely.
Spice Mans.
Mm-hmm.
And just to let you know, I've been telling everybody this is the truth. This will not be on. The hair won't be this short. So you might make me out. You might it's gonna be
We will
longer
make you.
overnight.
We will make you.
You will make me out. All right,
We
cool,
gonna
cool,
make
cool.
you. We
See?
gonna make you. It's the
All right.
vibe. It's the vibes and the energy. You just have to look from afar. You're there.
Come on, far. All right, all
You're
right, all
there.
right, all right. Thank you so much again. And listen, like I said, keep going, keep pushing. Let's definitely keep in contact. You never know, we might collaborate. You just never know. Just saying, I'm a dancer, previously choreographer. Just saying, I'll tell you about that
You
later. You
might
know,
we
I'll put
could
some
do so.
management.
We got it there, man. We got it there.
We got it there.
We
All
got
right,
it
cool, cool,
there.
cool. But I can't wait to see you at Spice Mass. Can't wait to see who you collaborate. Like I said, can't wait to see your performances and everything. And everybody, before we go, I want to say this: go and follow Mystique Sachs right now. Mystique Sachs
You
is
got it.
spelled Mystic Sax
Let's see.
SAXX.
So
And what other platforms can they follow you on, sir?
you could find me on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram. Yeah, that's about it.
Okay, okay. So you guys are the social media. So his handle is the same for all. His social media handles same for all platforms. Okay.
That's six
So make
sacks.
sure you Mystic Sax with two X. All
Two
right.
X. Double X.
Two X. Double X. So yeah, so you know, double X. That's even better. So Mystic, thank you again. We're
You're
about to go off the
welcome.
live. I just want to
Mhm.
say to everybody, I want to shout out to our sponsors again. So shout outs to sponsors. Chris Seafood Adventures. Shout outs to you. If you guys want to know where in Grenada to go to get wonderful food and different restaurants, Chrissy Food Adventures, she got y'all. She's telling y'all all the hot places in Grenada right now, telling you where to go, what's good. Also shout outs to the brand builders. Elevate your social presence, which is also another sponsor. If you are someone out there that is interested in getting some support when it comes to social media branding and brand marketing, holla at the brand builders. They will elevate your social presence and experience. Also, too, I would like to big up our next sponsor, Easy Print. If you need any t-shirts, anything, guys, if you need printed mugs, if you need banners, reach out to Easy Prints 473 473. All these sponsors I'm mentioning right now, they all have an Instagram page, they all have a Facebook page. You can just look them up, just put the name in, Easy Prints 473. Same thing with if you need a social media brand, just put their name in, brand builders, and those social media and search them up. and they are there to help and assist you. Trust me, guys. It's gonna be vibes. It's gonna be vibes, and just reach out to them. And if they ask you, "How did you hear about us?" Or how did you? Yeah, they're gonna ask you, "How did you hear about us?" Just tell them you were watching Spice Vibes, the series, and that's how you was able to hear about them. And if a friend need those services, yes, absolutely. Go ahead and reach out to the friend and send the information on as well, right? Also shout out to C March Media, the boss of the bosses company. Shout out to them for having us on this platform tonight. We're also with Mystique Sacks. Also shout out to Mystique Sacks Management.
Thank you
Yes,
for having me.
management. Of course, of course, of course. All right.
I
So,
love the cream.
of course, of course. Oh, ladies and gents, don't forget your girl got to round two in the Caribbean Music Awards. Got to round two, got to round two. So I'm just asking
Uh,
everybody to please go out and vote for me. Yes,
mhm.
I'm at the number one spot in my group. So I'm pushing for the next level. Round two goes until next week, Wednesday, and Wednesday is round three. But right now we're still at round two. It just started. So asking everybody for the votes. If you want to know how to vote for me, go on Instagram. The link is in my bio. Underscore Crystal Milkshake. That's it. Underscore Crystal Milkshake. You find the link in my bio. Go ahead and vote for me, and I appreciate you for your votes. So, guys, yes, thank you again, everybody. Thank you for tuning in, and I appreciate everybody who's been on since the beginning. And we are out. We
Thank you
are
for
out. We are
having me.
leaving. Thank you so much, Mr. Sachs. We will see you soon. I'll see you in Spice Minds.
All
Next
right.
week, Spice Vibe the series. Next week. Spice Vibe the series. We are back at it next week. All right. Look out for everything. Now, if you are on Twitch, all right, continue following me. Also, if you're on Instagram, you're on Facebook, I will be posting next week. So see us again Thursday at 8 p.m. Next week we're back at it again on another episode. And we just might have a pop-up Wednesday. Yes, we do pop-up Wednesday. So we just might have a pop-up Wednesday next week. So just tune in. All right? So Spice Vibe series.
Growing till my last stop. Inside small mommy have a problem with me foot hotter than a dragon's den. I always out with my friends. Could be a small gathering of few people. Organic vibes, that is how we move it. Full of stuff up in all vehicles. You know the must have to continue. Tell them it's mad ras. Stay inside for a go up for a gun. Must I think you need to know this? I'm not sick, but I'm hell fed up at it. Man, I need to be on the streets, yeah. Cause you know the vibes, they don't sweet. I'm making my name on the road this year. I don't care, cause I need to be out here.